It says live.
Good morning and welcome to the Altadena Talks podcast. We are your co-hosts, Brian Bacchus and Jamal Smith.
Morning,
And
everybody.
this is the week of January 27th. And we're going to be talking about, what resources are available. This is the third week of this situation. And there's a lot has happened over the past 20 days. And you can go check it out on the previous podcast. We don't like to regurgitate things. We're always trying to bring you what's next. So I'm going to let Jamal take the floor and talk about a few things that he's run across. And then I'll come back and talk about it looks like he kind of got off. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the shared platform of the document that's actually here. Hold on one second. Yeah, he just dropped off and left me hanging. And I'll see how you are. And we're going to turn over to Jamal, and he just no, you're not.
I pressed the wrong button, bro. Sorry.
That's all good. That's all good. So we just moved into my segment.
That's cool. We're going to go over this anyway.
Yeah. So here we have the weekly LA fires document that they update on a regular basis on Google Docs or Google Sheets. And this week, the only thing I see in Pasadena is the Pasadena Community Job Center. And they're not doing much. I'm not quite sure. I don't even know what the relevance is. Maybe that's for people to go help with fires. Yeah, it is right here. Fire brigades, 8 a.m. shift preferred, distribution, traffic control, and cleanup. Yeah, so there's this section right here. That's what we have. The only other place that's close is the Alhambra American Legion, and that's going to be for sorting out donations and handing out flyers. They need hygiene, school supplies, animal specialty clothing, stuff like that. This is who you would contact, Angelica or Ro. And here is their, I guess, tag. I don't know. When you see something that says Project 2025 in it, you have to ask yourself some questions. But I guess it's for a good cause.
Well, hopefully it is. Hopefully they've had the stuff that they put on here before they put it on. So
yeah, well, we'll see.
True indeed.
But so I'm going to turn it over to Jamal. Hopefully he doesn't hit the other button this time.
No, I won't. Present, share screen. I'm going to do the whole screen again. And then we'll do this. Share. There we go. So today we have a community meeting, the Altadena Recovery Community Meeting. This is actually going to be, looks like it's going to be streamed. And it has a couple.
Are you sharing this? I don't see anything.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I didn't notice. Okay, that's my bad.
No worries. So it's today, January 27th, from 4 to 5 p.m. Looks like it's just going to be streamed. It's not going to be a live event. Towards the bottom, and I don't know if you can move the
oh yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, there you go. So for those who can actually scan, there is a QR code which will take you directly to the link and to the website, so you can actually go. But otherwise, I can read it to you guys if you want it. Hold on, let me slide this.
Let's see if I can give it its own dedicated screen.
I just zoomed it in a little bit so I could see. So there's two different links. One of which is if you want to submit some questions as you watch the meeting, you can go ahead and tune in to BOS, that's B as in boy, O as in Oscar, S as in Sam, dash LA County, dash GOV dot Zoom dot US forward slash J forward slash 87163128 275.
Oh God, that's too
And
much.
I know. If you only want to watch it and you don't want to have any questions, you can just watch it on youtube.com forward slash at County of Los Angeles Newsroom. So, and then there's also this site that they have down here at the bottom for information recovery.lacounty.gov forward slash Altadena. This is another resource page that actually has a lot of decent information that you can go back to and refer to see when things are actually updated. So there's a lot of people who are doing a lot of the same stuff, and we're just trying to present different locations where you can go to get the information. But this is the latest kind of community meeting that's happening tonight. I'm sure there's going to be others during the week that as we find them, we can make them available to our website, and that can be something you can refer back to as well. That's what I have for now.
Yeah, I think that there's another one supposed to be happening tonight at 6 too as well, but I think it's only in Pasadena. I'm trying to locate it right now to see. But yeah, I don't see it just yet. So I think they got here. Okay, here we go. So
It was a different one.
Yeah, this is a city hall. I'm gonna share it right quick. Share this tab, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm actually got it up there. So here we go. So that one was the one from 4 to 5. This one is actually the one from 5 to 6. So let me just get back over to that tab. So this one's going to start at 6. It's a city council meeting. I don't really know if it has anything to do with Altadena or not, but it's always good to know what's going on. And so the agenda and the minutes are going to be here. Actually, the new agenda will be here at 6. This looks like last week's agenda. As you can see, they've been canceling a lot of their meetings. In fact, it looks like the next few months, unless they keep this like this, is going to be canceled. Because I guess they're going to be focusing on, the Altadena situation and stuff like that. But this is what's going on tonight, the council agenda. And hopefully everybody will be able to, check that out if they can. The meeting is, let's see, is that what's showing here? So it's in room S249 off of 100 North Garfield. So right there in the City Hall building. I think that might be the second floor. So if you want to show up there to be a part of that, it starts in 9 hours and 27 minutes. And that's pretty much what I see that's going on today.
Yeah.
So,
quick observation for me. It's a little unrelated to, kind of off track, but I will tell you that this event, this disaster that has transpired, has got me wanting to be a lot more conscious about what's going on with the how the city's run, and what's going on with councils and the government and all that kind of stuff. So I venture to think that I'm going to be participating, going to more of these city council meetings. Not all the time, maybe, but just to kind of keep a little more abreast of what's going on, because it's kind of shed a lot of light on just how things are handled. Not just, obviously with this disaster, but I'm curious to know how other things are handled now too. And I'm just happy that some of our councilmen and other members of the community that kind of govern us came out and were really first responders, so to speak, with helping us out. Helping those that lost their homes and what have you. So I'm excited to become more a part of it.
Well, one thing that I noticed is that they spend a lot of money on things. Like I looked at last week's agenda for Pasadena City Council, and they passed a bill to pay $8 million over a 5-year period for alarm systems around the city and security. I mean, I don't know if that's an exorbitant amount of money or if that's something that actually is needed, but there's a lot of things that they spend a lot of money for that you got to ask yourself, how much manpower do they need for these certain things? I'm not knocking it. I can't say much until I actually do a deep dive into it and find out what they've been paying over the past 10 years for this or whatever. Why was this necessary to begin with? Because you spend a lot of money on all this stuff, but there's a homeless problem. And now there's a super homeless problem because now you got people who are actually homeowners who are homeless, who are waiting on monies from FEMA and different things like that. And if they didn't have family members involved in their day-to-day living that could actually help them out, wouldn't they be on the streets too?
Yeah.
I mean, if I didn't have friends, I'd be right there myself because, there was nowhere for me to go. So, I mean, I could have went with a lot of people, but I'm not a person that likes to inconvenience people. So, I just picked my battle. But,
yeah, I
know. Certain things, you don't know a person until you actually lived with them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another reason why I didn't really want to deal with it because I'm like, okay, I got to deal with this person. I already know how they are. Good friends. You know how your friends are. You know how you listen to them over years. Shit, let somebody get homeless. They better have did what they're supposed to do because they're not living with me. Then you got the other ones that are like the Ellis Island, give us you're tired, you're poor, you're inconvenienced. But what people don't realize is that if you do live with somebody, instead of paying rent, you can tell FEMA that you're renting from them and they can get paid for you being there. You know what I'm saying? So it's always benefits. So, this way it works out for everybody.
Yeah, I just shot you something in the chat. Tell me what you think about that.
Oh, definitely. By all means.
So this next segment, this next part, we just want to shout out. We actually lost one of our good friends last night, Herbie Simmons. A lot of you guys know him. He was well known in the neighborhood. Basketball player. That's where I first met him back in high school. We played on the same basketball team. He was a photographer for the yearbook, committee, for the yearbook staff at Muir. Just all around good guy. Once he graduated, he went off and did a lot of good things at his own business and everything, but just a really, really good guy. His smile is the first thing that I always think about when I think about him. Just he had this big grin, and it always made me smile whenever I saw him or even think about him. I was very blessed to have been able to see him. It was about a month and a half ago, and we kind of caught up. We hadn't been in contact a great deal, but regularly think about him, and I hear through others, and we kind of reach out to one another, via like friends. But really heartbreaking to find out that he passed away. But I'm glad he's no longer in pain. So love you, Herb. Gonna miss you.
Yeah, I had put up a post. I don't know when it was, last night or yesterday, calling people out because that's what I do. Very transparent in mine. But at the same time, a lot of people called me up and gave me their reasons for why they weren't saying anything or posting. And I respect every last one of your reasons for doing whatever you do. That's by all means, each of us has our own will, and we're going to do what we feel is best to celebrate it in the way we see fit. So for those of you who I offended, I'm apologizing. I still meant it. I'm just apologizing for if I offended you. Just so you know, you already know how I am. So, I'm the first person there for you, but I'm also the first person to call you out if you're not doing what you said you were supposed to be doing. So, and I get called out too, because, we all make mistakes, especially when our first episode when Mark called me out.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah, it is what it is. But, everybody does it their way, does things their own way. Right now, we just need to come together as a community because of our situation with our town. And no one's doing any more than any other person. So let's just go ahead and, keep it simple and keep it Altadena. That's pretty much it.
Kind of along those lines, I just want to suggest, because I've had many conversations with folks who, survived, they weren't affected, that were affected, and all this kind of stuff. Just do what you can. I spoke with one of my cousins that was affected by this, and I just text. Some point there's so many family members and friends that were affected by this. It's like you just don't know what to do, but just reaching out. Hey, thinking about you. Hope you guys are good. Let me know if you need anything. That goes a long way. And it's something that, if that's all you can do, then just do that. If you're thinking about somebody, let them know. And because it does mean a lot. When it comes to the monetary thing and the GoFundMe, I know it's challenging. All of us know, again, a plethora of people who were affected, so it's kind of hard to stretch your dollars to everybody. So one of the things that I I saw Huck, everybody knows Huck, but I saw one of Huck's posts, and he kind of spoke specifically about that. And one of the things he had said is that, hey, look, I know there's too many of you guys that I know that are affected by it. My dollar can only go so far. So what I will do is make sure that I post your GoFundMe's on my feed, so it can actually go outside of our network, so that you could potentially get some funds there. And that's something absolutely great that you can do. So just whatever it is you can do, just do it. More, I think, that's one of the things, most important things is just to let people know that you're thinking about them, you care, and that and ask them, hey, is there anything I could do, and just kind of leave it at that.
Yeah, that's one of the things we started doing last week when we did the focus on GoFundMe in particular, based on Altadena posts. This week, I was trying to reach out to a few people to see if they'd be willing to come on the show and talk about what happened to their places and the devastation they went through. I think last week we featured Edward Broussard and the Betts family and the Jenkins family, as well as the Davises, Daryl Davis, Jeff, Eric Thomas, and the properties they lost. I didn't share their GoFundMes because I didn't have them at the time, but I think the next couple of days we'll be reaching out to a few of the people who have lost their homes and try to push their GoFundMe. I mean, our platform isn't huge. We probably get anywhere from 500 to 1,000 people watching it on the replays, but they do watch. And, you might not see the numbers right here on the live, but people pop in and out all day. Our goal is to strictly just to become a resource for Altadena, and we have the ability to do it, so we're doing it. So we're trying to give Altadena a voice, and if you have something you would like to talk about, please let us know. And we're always inviting people to come on. It's just that, everybody has busy lives, and,
Sure.
You can come on. We're always on every day, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. We usually stay on for about 15 minutes to an hour, depending on the feedback and interactions. And like today, we'll probably be cutting it short because we didn't really have too much to bring you. But once we get the information from the town halls, I always like to create a summary and synopsis so that it's easy to read and you're able to do what you need to do to get the most out of it. So once again, thank you for checking us out. And if you would like to check more stuff out, we're developing a website called AltadenaTalks.com. It's there where you can see all the latest episodes of the podcast on YouTube. And that's pretty much it.
Maybe we can add a section on the website where people, when they go there, they can actually ask questions there that perhaps they want us to cover on the next episode or in subsequent ones.
Yeah, I can set that up. That shouldn't be a
Get some
problem.
feedback. Yeah, that way too. Yeah, please, participate in any way that you can. Love to have you on the show. Speaking your truth and your experience, and sharing some insight that perhaps others may not be aware of. Um, in fact, um, I had a conversation with someone who was affected that's going to come on board soon, probably this week, and kind of talk about some stuff that we probably wouldn't have considered. I don't want to give it away yet, but it's one of those things that should anything like this happen again, um, you'll think a little more about how you prepare for getting out, and which some additional things you might do when you evacuate, just to make sure that things are secure. So we'll have that a little bit later on this week. So kind of look forward to that. But in the interim, that's all I have, and I want to thank everybody for watching our show.
Yeah, we appreciate you, and we usually, if we have interaction with folks, we usually pop up your comments, like Helenka's that just came up. She says, "We thank you and appreciate your continuous goal to communicate to the Altadena Pasadena residents." So that's why we created this, Helenka, because there was no communication. There was no boots on the ground. There was no, you have these sensationalism journalists coming to town and, staying here for a day or an hour. You got the Ben Crump types coming to see how many people they can get to join their class action lawsuits. They're here today, gone tomorrow. Where are they now? They're not here. They're not in our town. They're not walking through the thing, taking the shovel, putting on the hazmat suit, cleaning up. They're not helping people sift through their belongings to find valuable heirlooms. They're not us. And they never will be, because, we're like the movie Drumline, one band, one sound. It was the one city, one community. That was pretty much it. Altadena was not made up of homes. It was made up of people who've grown up here for over 50 years plus. Generations. You've seen it on Good Morning America with the different segments they're doing. You're seeing it on all the other news channels. You're hearing it in the town halls when we go to them. Emotions are flying, man. It's crazy. I mean, Damon Blunt had his car towed in front of his house, which is legally registered, and they're trying to charge him $800 to get it out. And the chief of police personally said at the town hall that he would get the car out and it would be no charge to him. But see, this is the thing. If you're not there to tell them what you're having a problem with, how are they supposed to know?
Absolutely.
You can't be a keyboard commando over here, acting like you're going to shout from afar. You got to get in the trenches. You got to have boots to the ground. It's like, it's time to, yeah, or else you're not going to get, a closed mouth don't get fed. One behind a computer screen is never going to get fed. You over here talking about, I should have went up there. Well, we're going to have a lot more of them, so don't say you should have when you can now.
Yep.
So, and I'm not one to be trying to tell people what to do, but you want to see change, you better be the person trying to present that change, because they can't hear you when you're sitting in your house. They hear you when you're right in front. Here's the respect that you should do. You see, they're taking their time to come out here and talk to us, little old Altadena, when they got Palisades and Malibu and all this stuff. You better be out there and trying to listen to what they say, and don't just come up there for the free food from dudes and then leave. I saw that too. There's a whole row. I'm telling you, I've seen rows of cars and getting the free food, but not staying for the town hall. Just like I called them out at the Dodgers thing, all them people in line after getting the free Dodgers stuff, but none of them at the town hall. I just get sick of that. In fact, I really, really think that they should really make it mandatory that if you're going to come get this meal, that you're going to have to come in here and sit down. Because what was the purpose of that? I saw 200, 300 cars, Jamal, from the point of 5. They were lined up at 4:30. And lined up, went in, got the food. They handed them 2 or 3 meals and went out. So that was one incident that didn't help the other. And I'm wondering what the pastor felt about that, because the people that were sitting in the town hall didn't even get a meal. We got there to park to line up to go into the town hall. So It's
Yeah,
just
that's something to
crazy.
look into for sure. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, we're here for you. We're gonna bring it to you. I keep saying that I'm not gonna go to Pasadena every day, but every day I end up going to Pasadena.
Take a break, man.
Yeah, I'm burnt
I know
out,
there's other
but
stuff you need to do. Take a rest.
yeah, like
So you
deal with
get
my
back at it.
clients who've been calling me for a week. I'm like, look, I can't even help none of y'all right now.
Yeah.
I'm distraught. But now this is Monday. I've already helped two of my clients, and I got room to do some more stuff today.
But
So
the beauty is with you though, helping others actually helps you heal. Like even though you were distraught, it kind of gets your mind off it, and it actually makes you feel better to the point where you can actually start helping your clients and kind of get back to a somewhat normal routine. So that's a good thing, man. I'm glad that you keep being who you are and doing what you do, and right here with you, like I tell folks, and he always tells folks too. I'm usually behind the scenes, not usually on the camera, but it's actually a good reason to be here. So I'm glad to be right next to you, bro. Helping.
yeah, I needed that because I told Chris that I wasn't doing the podcast unless he was on there with me because you know, I mean, I could have pulled it off, but you have to be the voice of reason
Well,
sometimes.
like I always say, I'm the straight man, you're the funny man. So it goes on both sides. So when I let you go crazy and rant or whatever, and I'll holler back in or whatever we got to do.
And
I think
another thing,
we got a good yin yang thing going on right now, man. It's all good. I always
yeah,
have. But I'm
and we
glad
like
people
to.
are getting value of it, from it as well. And maybe we throw a couple just, nonsensical kind of episodes in here too. Like the whole one, I mean, the whole episode could be nonsensical and just have some fun because
And
we still have fun in between.
in
Mhm.
case you're wondering, you see this man popping up in the back of my podcast. That's our DJ Luther. He's over there. He's on the wheels of steel. That music that you hear in the background, that's him. So don't mind him. He's in his own world right now.
Oh,
We'll leave it at that. So
DJ Luther.
all right, y'all. Thanks for you guys coming on. Please share this with people. We're going to start putting little links in there for you to follow so that you can see what's going on around town. And as well as, I'm actually driving around town, not today, but
Yeah, I got
starting
to get
tomorrow.
another holder for my phone because I be driving around and it's like, oh damn, I'm
Oh, I know. Me
recording.
too.
It's hard to do it while you're driving and be safe.
Yeah. Yeah, I need it. That's the thing I'm going to look up on Amazon today.
Yep.
And
Hey,
that's another
everybody,
thing.
go
I
ahead.
got to get to my mailing address. I'm sure there's a ton of crap people have been sending me over there.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
surprised he hasn't called me yet. Hey, man, you got all this stuff coming in here. I don't
right.
have that much room to put it. So.
Got to check that out. Everybody have a wonderful day. We'll see you next
Yes.
time.
Everybody say peace out to DJ Luther. He's in the back there going off.
Peace out. I love it. Man, he's getting down.
Right. You see, I hear all that mixing?
Right.
Thanks, Michael. We appreciate you. Two good brothers
Definitely.
doing good work. We trying, man. We trying. We just
Definitely. Thank you so much,
we're
Michael.
trying to do what we need to do. And thanks, Gene. I know you took a break on the weekends. I need to take a break on the weekends. Sometimes it's just a little too much.
Word out.
But I did have a good lifestyle event on Saturday night, so that was great. Even though I slept in the car for 4 hours because I've been up since 5 a.m.
Hey,
Yeah.
I know you do what you need to do to get that rest. I will tell folks
Right.
this cat can sleep anywhere. That's all I'm gonna leave it there.
So if you happen to see me laying out next to the Chick-fil-A on Lake, just know I'm just letting you know I'm for the streets.
Oh god.
I try to let the hair grow in so that I can blend in. Hey, what you say, Sonny? Oh, you got a sandwich? Oh, okay. We're just kidding, Gene. We're just kidding. All right, y'all. We out. We done went 30 minutes. And we appreciate you guys. So,
Sure.
yeah,
All
Jack,
right, y'all.
you already know me. I'll fall asleep on your doorstep next week. I know you got that hot meal waiting. So
Oh, Jackie. There she is.
All right, y'all. We're gonna get out of here before we turn this into a comedy hour.
For the 8th time. We're out.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.